It is historically known that Muhammad had an adopted son named Zayd bin Haritha, who was also known as Zayd bin Muhammad, meaning Zayd, the son of Muhammad. In the History of At-Tabari, Volume 8, page 2, we read about a very troubling event. Basically, Muhammad went to visit Zayd, but Zayd was not home. Muhammad went to the door and saw Zayd's beautiful wife, Zainab, inside wearing very little clothing. Muhammad then secretly liked Zayd's wife and wanted to marry her. Zayd offered to leave her for Muhammad, but Muhammad told him to keep his wife. On page 4, we read a shorter version of the story. The Messenger of God, meaning Muhammad, had married Zayd bin Haritha to Zainab Bint Jahash, his paternal aunt's daughter. One day, the Messenger of God went out looking for Zayd. Now, there was a covering of haircloth over the doorway, but the wind had lifted the covering so that the doorway was uncovered. Zainab was in her chamber, undressed, and admiration for her entered the heart of the Prophet. After that happened, she was made unattractive to the other man. That refers to her husband, Zayd. So he came and said, "Messenger of God, I want to separate myself from my companion." Muhammad asked, "What is wrong? Has anything on her part disquieted you?" "No, by God," replied Zayd, "nothing she has done has disquieted me, Messenger of God, nor have I seen anything but good." The Messenger of God said to him, "Keep your wife to yourself and fear God." That is the meaning of the word of God. And when you said unto him, on whom God has conferred favor, and you have conferred favor, keep your wife to yourself and fear God, and you did hide in your mind that which God was to bring to light. You did hide in your mind the thought that if he separates himself from her, I will marry her. Now, like any father wanting to marry his adopted son's wife, Muhammad naturally would have been worried about the gossip of the people.
Oh, let's mention the chain of narration. Narrated by As-Saji. Narrated by Al-Hasan ibn Ali al-Wasiti. حدثنا Ali ibn Nuh. That means he transmitted it to us. By Muhammad ibn Kathir. That's weak. Muhammad ibn Kathir said, حدثنا. He transmitted to us this narration. Who is he? Muhammad ibn Kathir said, we have transmitted or received this narration from Sulaym مولى الشعبي عن الشعبي أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He saw Zainab Bint Jahash when she was a wife of Zayd, and when he saw her, he desired her, and he said, Subhanallah, praise be to Allah, the alterer of hearts. It's an expression which means, oh, how gorgeous she is, how beautiful she is. So this narration has two problems. The narration that says the Prophet saw her while she was still the wife of Zayd. Oh, subhanallah, how beautiful she is. So the first narrator is Muhammad ibn Kathir al-Kufi. He is weak. Al-Bukhari said his narrations are criticized, rejected, refused. He mentioned it in his book At-Tarikh al-Kabir, first volume, page 217. The reference of this false narrator in this book is 683. Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar, the commentator of Bukhari, he said, this kind of narrator, when he brings any narration, you should not bother yourself in checking that narration. When you see this man, that means the narration is rejected, it's not accepted. So this is Sulaym Mawla al-Shabi. The other one is Muhammad ibn Kathir al-Kufi. And also he is da'if. He is da'if. So those two are weak. So next time, please use the authentic one, not the weak one.